Yeah, we still got good views last time, even though no one was on. Like people watched it, and it was long. So for anyone to sit for an hour, like to watch us talk, I think is kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah, I was really, really appreciative of people watching it. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, if not, I mean, it makes a good video. But I think we're live. So again, it was like, what is up, YouTubers? Jersey Joe here, and welcome to another episode of Ranger Rant live streaming with me, Jersey Joe, obviously, and my good, dearling, darling, awesome friend, Arbor for Sleep and Reverie.
How you doing? How's everyone doing? I'm for sleeping reverie here.
SPD Red.
Of course.
And speaking of the Ranger Keys, like I said, we're here to talk about Super Mega Force, and this episode is titled Alliance Sentai Surprise. Obviously, you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about the last few episodes of Super Mega Force, and we're going to start with Alliance, which is a clever title, but, oh, what an episode, right? I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
I guess we can start. So the premise of the episode was the Rangers were, already in Megazord mode. They're fighting. They got the job done, but they feel like it's not enough. They feel like that they need more power because the Armada just grows and grows, and it's just not enough. So Gosei, of course, knowing everything, decides to tell you later instead of telling you from the beginning. He's like, dude, guys, I gotcha. There's a place called Animaria, which right there already hurts me a little bit. Which I don't understand why it's called Animaria. Especially since
you would think.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. You would think any one person, either in the cast or a production team or writing team, could have seen one episode of Power Rangers Wild Force. So I don't understand the misspelling.
Right? Especially since Wild Force was part of Saban's era. That was a Saban series. So of all the people who should know how to say it, it should have been Saban.
Exactly. Do you think that? Okay, because I don't really go on like Twitter and Facebook and all that. Has there been like a huge uproar about that? And what have people been saying?
I didn't check. I think people are probably just like, shake my head, palm my face kind of thing. Okay. I don't think people were totally upset because the premise was still there. It's just a name change.
Okay.
I mean, it's still written out the right way.
Yeah, because I wasn't in town when the episode debuted, so I didn't get to see it. I saw it delayed, and a friend of mine told me that it was mispronounced, and I was thinking, oh, it's probably the actors. They don't know. They're the young kids, and they didn't probably watch Wild Force. But then I'm watching, and Gosei is like the first one to mispronounce it, and I'm just like, really? Come on.
Yeah, so Animaria. I'm like, oh no. So anyway, and then we get into Noah, and Noah. Oh, I mean, I love him for going back and listening, and watching how the old Rangers and how they work, and all the information he needs. But he's so dunce about it. He goes, dude, the Red Lion, he was their companion. He's huge.
Oh my god.
No, he's a freaking Zord.
Yeah, he was like 95% Zord and 5% companion. Like, so
he's like companion. He's the Red Ranger's main Zord. He's the Red Ranger's companion, not their companion.
Like, yeah, it'd be like the Tyrannosaurus Rex, like from MMPR, just hanging out, and then they see him and they're like, look, there was their companion. Like, that never happened. Like, that was Jason and Rocky, or Jason. Yeah, so and you would think he'd know better because he's like the smart one with the Ranger database, but no.
I mean, well, he got it. I mean, he got the part right. He just said it so wrongly.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's okay. There's a little error, but we'll look past it.
Yeah. I mean, it started kind of like it's like a sliding scale, It starts like kind of like negatively, and then there's things that can happen in the episode that like shift the balance of that,
Yeah, it did, because right afterwards you see them on the skyship, which is awesome. We're actually getting skyship footage, which it shows that they're using it to travel, and I like this. I think we may start seeing more different scenery from old series, because we have Animaria. And then I believe in the next episode, the Samurai Surprise, I think the little grocery store they went at, I think is from Samurai, but I could be wrong.
Oh, like the grocery store they would get stuff at when Mia would shop, like for groceries.
Yeah, right in the beginning. I think that was a scene from there. I mean, obviously, it's the New Zealand footage, so it could be, but it could be wrong. But if it is, again, that's really something cool that they're doing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely agree. One thing I want to mention about the footage you mentioned with the skyship, I thought that was very creative use of Gokaiger footage, because basically them on the skyship as the Super Mega Force Rangers was not Gokaiger footage, but Marvelous turning the wheel and Troy like we're turning the wheel, like that was just like snippets of like every time Marvelous would turn like the wheel when there was like a battle going on. So as you notice,
Yeah,
Marvelous was with. I mean, Troy wasn't with them up on the little balcony thing where they're all hanging out. So I thought that was a very creative way to use footage that might not necessarily help you, but they made like a whole scene out of that. So I thought that was really cool.
that's good. And we're going to talk. We're going to bring up in a bit about the having Gokaiger footage and when it's good and when not as good. We're going to talk about that here in a bit. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, definitely. Been thinking about this all week.
Exactly. So the episode's getting good. Like I said, they're on a sky ship. They're talking. But here's another thing that drives me crazy. They said they went around the world 3 times, which is a Power Ranger. I can see that happening. But they say, hey, there's that turtle-shaped cloud we passed before. You think, no, this is a cloud. That's not Animaria, right? I mean, Ghosty said it was hidden in the clouds, but there's a cloud right there, right? I mean, no? Okay, I'm like, really? That was just, I feel like that was just unnecessary footage for the episode. They could have just took that bit out and went straight into the sky battle, which again was cool. I like seeing Gokaiger footage and seeing the skyship being used besides just being a Zord in this series. So I like that Super Mega Force is using the right materials for the skyship and making this show better. I mean, again, they haven't touched on what Super Mega Force is, but it's cool to see the footage and seeing them at least act like pirates, even though they have no idea who they are.
Yeah, that's the thing that I thought was interesting too. Like, it really throws to the credibility of your Rangers if you literally went around the world 3 times. Like, I don't care how fast it is. Like, I know in MMPR they went to, I guess it was, well, where did they go on where did they go on vacation? Do you remember? I don't remember exactly but it was overseas. And
Okay.
oh, Australia. They went to Australia. They went to Australia. Um, Yeah, and literally they teleported, and like, so I understand that, like that's cool and all, and I get that, but like to literally say we circled the Earth 3 times and is that the same cloud? Like these kids are supposed to be smarter, or just as smart. So, I think.
That's supposed to be a new generation, but oh well. Again, we'll look past it. But okay, so the episode's getting a little bit better. They land on a ship, and this is kind of like my favorite part of the episode. They get on the ground, and the Armada comes down. And like, oh, so they put the helmets on, which again was cool. I like that. Kind of like I wish it said something like back to action, but that won't happen. It was kind of cool. It's kind of cool they did that. And then it's Gokaiger, but I really liked how Troy just jumped out of the ship and like really to go into action. I don't know what that is, but that clip just looks cool. Like it just made the scene look cool. To see this him like jump out of the ship, like, oh hell no, you're not attacking my ship, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's so, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. And then here's my favorite part and biggest gripe of the episode. So we before we get into the second part, but while they're fighting, we finally get the very first of second really of American-made footage where they all went Wild Force the first time, which I thought was awesome. I mean, the entire first scene, them fighting on Animaria, was entirely New Zealand / Power Rangers made. Because I believe in Gokaiger, they went Car Ranger.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see that. Like, they have the potential. They're like, okay, we can make our own scenes. Which I liked, but at the same time I didn't like, because right before that, you see the other 3 Rangers, they go all black, which was awesome, but it was just that. It was like 1 second, went black, and then next scene.
Yeah, it seemed misplaced.
I'm sorry. Well, you can go first before I continue.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say it just seemed very misplaced, like you said. Like it seemed random, like just thrown in. Like I would definitely say, like, whoa. Like I was happy to see, like, of course, Alien, Black Ranger, and RPM, and I forgot the other Black Ranger they turned into, but those are the 2 I remember.
That was only 3 went, so that was the 3.
Yeah. So it was Alien, RPM, and I can't remember the third one.
Dino Thunder. They went Brachio.
Okay, cool. So that just seemed extremely random, like, like just thrown in, and we're gonna get to more on this in the episode about like when's a good idea to throw random stuff and when's not a good idea to throw random stuff. But that was one time
Yeah.
where I was happy for 10 seconds and then thought, wait, why was that even there? So
Right. But here's what I'm talking about. I mean, it was cool to see it, but I feel like the Wild Force, even though it was cool to see American-made footage, that was kind of out of place because I think they probably should use that scenery to when like maybe the other three Rangers come black and then like a 5 Black Ranger team. That would be cool. I feel like it's out of place because in that episode, you get the official Wild Force transformation from Gokaiger. You know, they actually see the cutscene. You get the green background and the helmet on. They transform like they do in Wild Force. And that's when they're supposed to do it because say, hey, let's show the red line that we are on his side. So I feel like what they should have done, as much as they want the Wild Force in there, they should use the first fight and do like American-made legendary footage, and would have tied in with the Black, and then at the ending it would have matched when they went all Wild Force because that should be the first time they actually go Wild Force in the episode is right at the final battle.
yeah, and that's a really good point because think about it. Think of the transition. That makes more sense. Like you show up and then you all turn black, you all become black, and then you want to show the red lion you're on its side, so then you do the official Gokaiger transformation, like you said, with the background and the helmet thing, which I love. Anytime I do any transformation like that, I love. And that would be like, wow, they're Wild Force. So like it was kind of watered down a bit because they did it already. So good point.
Exactly. So I feel like they could have took the opportunity to give us more legendary fights. This is supposed to be the legendary year. But it's okay. And, my biggest gripe, I forgot about that. When they all fell back to Earth, they went megaforce. And that was completely unnecessary because it was literally for 2 seconds because as soon as they get up and shake it off, they go right back into super megaforce. I just don't understand why that whole scene was even there. It just made no sense. Like, they fell, we got demorphed. Hey, look, they're back. Let's morph back into super megaforce.
Yeah, it just adds to the confusion. Like, and then they try to cover up for it by saying like, we can only have legendary powers for so long, and it just looks confusing sometimes because you have scenes where you're literally a power for a long time, and then scenes where like the majority of the time you're literally a power for like 15 seconds. So
yeah, I really wish they fixed that. But the episode ends well. They get the red lion, and all else ends well. They go Centaur mode, as I call it, and save the day. That's it for the episode. Now, like I said, the episode was just confusing. But we go into the next episode, which is a samurai surprise. And this is why it's called, I also put the word Sentai in there, because, oh my gosh, this episode was just ridiculous when it came to Sentai footage. And the bad... Yeah. I mean...
Yeah.
Ugh. So we start off, I mean, obviously, we get the Mentor G shows up right away, which is cool to see. I'm really happy they actually were to get him back, because it makes sense, because the other Rangers disappeared. So it was just Jaden and Mentor G who are left in the Shiba clan, I believe, or the Shiba house.
Yeah, everyone else.
I really like that they're back. So it was cool footage, and of course, see Jake like, oh my god, no, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was like, oh, see, they know who they are now, so they're understanding who these Rangers are and who their companions are. So I like that. And then what?
No, go ahead. I was saying,
I'm sorry. Oh. This thing is so laggy. I hate that there's no connection.
Yeah, you go ahead, man. I just had a quick question, but I can ask whenever you're done.
Okay, well, you can ask now because I was just going to talk more about the companionship. But we got to question now.
Really quick on a side note, because I know a lot of people are going to watch this and they're probably seeing the same things that we're seeing. Just really quick, because the bigger issue is going to be the Sentai stuff, and we have a lot of opinions on that. But really quick, what do you think, really quick, about Jake's transformation from like this jock to like, I'm a goofy dude now. Like, what do you think about that?
1 second. Somebody's knocking on the door.
I just went over here because I was like,
no, you're doing a live stream, but what are the YouTube video? Go in there and be quiet. Ugh. Okay, sorry about that. I had a couple of guests and stuff, but yes, Jake's transition. It makes sense. I guess since they're growing up and they're maturing a little bit. It's interesting. I guess the Power Ranger in him is what did it.
Yeah, and I think it kind of started with Gia kind of not taking his advances, so he would look silly and trying to impress her. So I think that was the catalyst, of him. I kind of like it because it goes more with like how Doc, like I said last time, acts in Super Sentai. You want to match the footage of like the Green Super Megaforce Ranger doing silly things and like doing that when they're about to do Final Wave, like looking like he's swinging a baseball bat, So
Yeah, it makes sense. I like it. I think Jake's probably one of my. I think my favorite character out of the crew because I feel like he's got the most personality and the most development out of the five in acting.
Yeah.
For
And if you watch the special features on Megaforce, not Super Megaforce, Megaforce, when he talks in interviews, he's super like silly like the whole time. So it matches.
They're awesome. When it comes to acting, they don't have it.
All right, so I apologize. So go ahead and we'll get on with the episode. But that was something that was in my mind, kind of.
Yes, with the episode, we're talking about Power Rangers. People on my YouTube channel love it.
You talking about Power Rangers right now?
Yeah, this is the new episode of Super Megaforce. Okay, I have guests with me. So somebody's watching. So we have a viewer. Hooray. Okay, so the episode. Okay, so we go off. So we talk. They talk more about the power and the duration of the Megaforce, and then, gosh, what all happened? Oh, they get almost destroyed by that one big villain dude.
Yeah. What's his name?
The Mighty Morphin. Made me so angry. The Mighty Morphin scene.
Oh yeah. What's your take on that? Tell us about that.
Very lazy.
Okay. Do you think you see what's weird? As I was so excited to see MMPR, that I didn't realize it until after people started talking about it. That literally they just got their like butts handed to them, basically.
I know.
And, yeah. So what do you think about that? Like,
I feel like it was the wrong time to use that footage. I mean, in Gokaiger it made sense because they weren't our Rangers. That was like the 15th series, I think 15, 16th series
15.
of the Super. So to them it's okay because they're just normal or just another set of Rangers to them. So again, they're getting destroyed. They mean nothing to Gokaiger, which to us it makes a big difference because these are supposed to be the big guys. He's supposed to be the ones that we like. They're the ones who if we compare, are the best because they're the original. So we want to see them win, but they don't. I mean, they go Mighty Morphin, and it was cool. Like, they go Power Axe, Power Bow. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but then they just get destroyed. And I'm like, that was just so... I feel like that right there could have been used as another American-made footage. They could have just took that part out and inserted another scene. Maybe they go like Operation Overdrive, the series that nobody cares about. And then they just use them and get destroyed. Makes sense because nobody cares about those guys.
Exactly. I would actually, I would actually argue Operation Overdrive is probably not everyone, but the general consensus, like, it's probably everyone's least favorite season. Like, I know I'm not saying there's nobody that likes it a lot, but I'm saying if you want to go from like 7 times out of 10, like you ask people, Operation Overdrive, I like it, but it's seriously not my favorite season. Like,
yeah, they tried the 15th year. They tried, but it wasn't strong enough.
Yeah, the characters were they weren't a good team. They were good individuals at some points, but they weren't a good team.
Yeah, but I don't know. But yeah, so they go Mighty Morphin and get destroyed. So they went in the episode Mighty Morphin, Megaforce. They go Mighty. It was Gokaiger footage, but they get destroyed. So it kind of hurts us. It hurts the kids. But and then it really somebody pointed this out, or no, Black Nerd Comedy pointed this out, but they really seem to pick on the Blue Ranger for some reason.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like what do you mean? Like, what do you say about that?
Well, it was a joke, but like in Blue Saber Saga, the main villain only wanted to fight Blue. Nobody else. He wanted Blue. And then this episode, Blue goes out there, and this guy's like, I'm going to kill this guy. He's right here. We take out the Blue Ranger, the rest will fall kind of thing. I'm like, what are you going to pick on Blue for?
Well, do you remember it's because of Joe's ties to his former senpai or master, whatever they're called in Japan. That's why that guy was fighting him, because in Gokaiger, remember Joe's former master's like brain was part of that, was his personality. Like, he became like a cyborg. So,
I was a joke. I mean, I knew they weren't picking up, but I knew it was a joke. I was just saying it's a joke.
oh, okay, I haven't seen the video. I gotta check it out because that guy's really funny, actually.
Oh no, Black Nerd is awesome. I'm going to see him this summer.
Oh, okay. Where's he gonna be at?
The YouTube account Screw Attack is having a big convention thing in July. And it's gonna be like Angry Joe, Black Nerd Comedy, Angry's Video Game Nerd, and of course the YouTube channel Screw Attack. It's like a YouTube gaming society thing. I'm excited. Hopefully you can go.
Oh, nice, awesome, man.
But yeah, on the episode, the villain. What's his face? General? No, not General. The brother. The main villain, the snobby little rich boy.
Prince Becker.
Prince Becker. How can I forget that? I feel bad.
No,
we finally get a little bit glimpse of him more like as a snotty little I get everything I want and you can't touch me kind of thing. I didn't think at first we were going to get that because the first episode of Megaforce, he looked kind of like in charge and calm, and then like episode 2, 3, 4, you see he's really snobby. So I found it surprising that they actually are using the Gokaiger, the Gokaiger-ness and making him who he is in Gokaiger, which is a snobby, rich, I want everything in the world, and if I don't get it, I'm going to hurt you kind of thing with this guy, not me. This guy's going to hurt you. And if you touch me, I'm going to complain and cry over a paper cut, which wasn't even a paper cut. It was a blast.
Yeah, that's funny because I thought it was interesting, too, how they integrated like the Gokaiger part of that, because I remember that episode from Gokaiger as well. But yeah, I was kind of impressed actually by the first episode when he was like Navaria and he was very serious and like we have to assume Burak fell in battle, and I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting. But then, like you said, episode 2, a little sprinkle of the brattiness, and now it's just full blown like craziness going on with him. Like,
yeah, I thought surprised. I thought they were gonna make him a serious character, but I guess the Gokaiger footage kind of contradicts that. So I guess they had to make him the way he is because in like the when he's in the ship, he's kind of like having fits and all that stuff. So I guess they had to.
Is this could be the other episode, but I'm pretty sure it's this episode, the one that we just talked about. But I'm pretty sure it's this one. Did you notice the Mystic Force or the Magi Ranger footage that was used when the Rangers were divided up? So like Jake was with Troy, like in Gokaiger, Doc was with Marvelous, and they were going to look for that guy for Magi Ranger with the little ponytail thing. And the other 3 Rangers were fighting X-Borgs in the forest, and that was Gokaiger footage. Like, did you notice that or not really?
I did, and it makes sense because in the end episode, no, it's Blue Sarah Saga. I'm thinking backwards. Yeah, I didn't notice that. I feel maybe this episode was supposed to be a Mystic Force episode, but I don't know.
Yeah, they used a little bit of it, so that was interesting. So I guess now we're gonna go to the morphine sequences that you want to discuss, or
the morphing sequence. Oh my goodness. Oh, we had something good during Blue Saber Saga, and then they took it away.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
like,
yeah, definitely. No, I meant the. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. Sorry about the lag, by the way, too. I meant the legendary mode changes, like we don't have a name for this change, and then Operation Overdrive, like.
Oh yeah, that. So I guess later on, they figure out that the way that keeps Megaforce is to continuously change. Which I don't know how that works. I feel like that would take more energy away from you than gaining energy. But at first it was cool. Like, oh my gosh, you see that. Next thing you know, we get Blitz.
Yeah, definitely.
In my mind, just goes, what the crap just happened?
Yeah. Like it's hard to keep up with all the changes.
I mean, it was cool but interesting. I wish they did a little bit better. But what my biggest gripe of this episode was the unnecessary Sentai footage again, where we get these other Rangers, the Blitz Rangers, I guess they're called.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I agree. The thing is, like, okay, here's my thing. People are saying if they were named, then it'd be okay. But even me just being like so proud of our franchise is like, no, don't bring them in. Don't even name them. I don't want to hear that they're from another planet. It takes 10 seconds to like add other footage, and someone on YouTube actually liked the video. Someone like edited out that Sentai like change, those Sentai changes, and it didn't. And wasn't that impressive? It didn't take a lot. It didn't take anything away. So like it was just awkward. It was like Legendary Ranger mode, and then they would do the key, and then I think it was in order. It was Maskman. It was Maskman. No, it was Die Ranger, Maskman, and Bioman. That's the order they did it in, and that drove me insane. Like when I saw Die Ranger, I was like, okay, whatever. We've seen Die Ranger. I don't care. I don't want to see it anyways, but it's here. And then when I saw Maskman, I was just like, are you serious? And then Die Ranger, are you kidding me? And then they would change to an American Ranger after that. So Troy would be like Legendary Ranger mode, or it was no, yeah. And then he didn't say he was Die Ranger Red. He was just Die Ranger Red. And then he was like Operation Overdrive. And so like there was no name and then a name. So that was awkward.
Yeah, I feel it just makes no sense. I mean, I guess to make the episode run, that they're just using the clips, but I feel like it's just being pure lazy. I feel like they just don't care, and they're like, oh, the adult fans would probably care since they care so much about Super Sentai, but we kind of don't, since you're not naming them. You're just throwing them in there, and it ruins the thing. I mean, at least say something. I mean, at least if you're going to do it, at least do it right. Like when Gosei announced them, he's like, "Oh, here are other Rangers." Say, where they came from. Say, are they post-Zordon, or are they like Zordon's original crew, which I would accept, or from another planet, which makes sense because we've gotten, 3 or 4 other planets. Having alien Rangers isn't a big deal. We have like 3 different planets so far in the Zordon era.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was just lazy. Like you said, they could have this easily just cut it out and not even use it, and the episode would have been shorter, or at least put some more American footage in there to extend the episode. It wasn't needed. They didn't have to use this. They could have, in the first episode, you saw, like, they're supposed to go Megaforce, but instead she went Operation Overdrive. You could have just done that. Instead of them going Mass Man, you could have thrown in another American-made clip real quick, just from the fight for 2 minutes. Throw another suit in there, and then go back into the Go Kaiju footage. It wouldn't have been hard at all. I feel like it was just lazy, and they're just trying to just push it in there so they don't have to do much editing.
Yeah, like you're right. Like cut Die Ranger and go straight to Operation Overdrive. Cut Mask Man, go straight to Dino Thunder Yellow. Cut Bioman Pink and go straight to Time Force Pink. Because I gotta tell you, I was annoyed at seeing Bioman Pink, and then when she became Time Force Pink, I just became happy all over again. So literally, right. Yeah, like literally, it didn't take more than a minute of footage that they could have filled something else in. It wasn't like 5 minutes or anything. It was a minute of footage, if that they could have just not used it.
Yeah, it could have been cut out, or at least turned to something else. They could have just, like I said, maybe extended the Time Force Pink. Like go in Time Force Pink, and then just added a little bit more for like in the Time Force Pink when American made footage. It couldn't have been hard. Like they're just being lazy, and I feel like it's hurting the episode because not even the kids are targeted to know who these Rangers are. They're like, who's that? I've never seen that before. My brother doesn't tell about Blitz.
I could even imagine like little kids who have Netflix and they watch all the seasons, because I met some of their families at PMC. I could even imagine them asking their parents like, "Oh, let's watch that season. Where is it? Where is it?" And they're like, "What do I say? I have no clue either." Like, so it could cause confusion.
I wish we could have a talk. We need to have a sit down. We need to find someone, sit down in a chair, tie him up, and be like, "Yo, we got some questions for you, sir."
I doubt he even knows half the seasons. Like, I don't know. He just seems like a delegator of responsibility. Like, definitely. But like, I want to get your input really quick on like when they all changed to different Rangers, because they changed to the ones we just talked about. We said it was Operation Overdrive. It was Dino Thunder Yellow. It was Time Force Pink. And then you had Noah just stay Megaforce Blue. And then you had Jake go Zeo Green. So my thing is, what did you think about like them not really addressing the fact that Noah just went back down to regular Megaforce mode? Like, because that was really Go Kaiju footage, but they couldn't say like Noah just lost like his Ultra mode and stayed Megaforce. But they didn't really address that. So what did you think about that?
It does explain why he got downgraded. I think that ties into what the episode was supposed to mean. Like I said, they can only stay in Megaforce or Super Megaforce for a certain amount of time. So I think that's why they use that footage just rightly. They're like, okay, since Noah got his destroyed, we realize we can't stay in this form forever. So we have to continuously swap keys, which again doesn't make any sense because I feel like that's draining more power than gaining.
Yeah, I agree. Oh man, that was crazy. So where does it go from there? I can't remember really because it was like last weekend.
We haven't seen yet. From the past, like the 15 before Mighty Morphin, they use it in American footage. That's really like, why'd you guys do that?
Yeah, I'm just saying this from his angle. This probably looks really awkward, like you're talking to an imaginary figure.
Oh, I am talking to an imaginary figure. You're my imagination. I got a friend right here, but nobody notices.
Cool. Well, hey,
I'm not
look,
talking to myself.
learning something about Power Rangers, that's super cool. I mean, you know, good stuff to learn.
Yeah, but so the episode was interesting. Like we finally get a bunch of transformations. Like I said, some unnecessary, and then they go into Megazord or Megazord mode. Which I like this because it kind of made sense but didn't make sense.
Yeah. This commercial.
But
Okay.
I was just talking to myself for like 5 minutes, and then noticed my phone decided to turn off.
Yeah, I don't see your video, but I do see your logo.
Where am I? Where's my video? Are you gonna turn on? No? Turn on. What just happened? Oh, God, my phone's dying. Let me plug it in. That could probably help. So let's change the camera angle for a little bit, shall we?
Am I going to be a service here?
No, you're fine. This is I realize this using Google Hangouts takes a lot of power out of my battery. Okay, and now let's see if I can get the video back.
Oh no, as soon as it starts, you're going to see the invisible person.
Maybe. Video, please? Please? Pretty please? No?
Well, if it doesn't work, we're almost running through the episode anyway. So I mean,
Yeah, that's true. I just
a little disclaimer.
I apologize to anybody watching this because I broke my laptop and my laptop apparently was dead. I didn't notice it. I forgot my charger in my bag. So that's why I'm using my cell phone. Because my battery was dead. And for some reason this thing does not want to. Okay, so I guess we're just going to have me as a voice. Yay, podcast for the win. There we go.
What, are we on the internet?
We're on the internet. Nobody cares. They're here to listen. I mean, they don't need to see my handsome face. Okay, so, yes.
I feel so sorry for you.
Mike's here.
I feel so sorry for you.
Okay, so where were we? We're talking about...
We were in the random Sentai changes, and you're saying Megazord battle now.
Oh, yes, the Megazord battle. Oh, you didn't hear me. So, the Megazord battle I like because we get into it. They go right into Red Lion Centaur mode, which I kind of like that mode, iffy. Well, they realize it's not strong enough, and then next thing you know, over the hilltop, here comes Jaden, Mentor, on her bike, just watching a fight. Like, should we help him out? Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, it's good.
And then next thing you know, the 5 keys just start glowing and just magically pop up. And I'm like, that just doesn't make any sense. Is Jaden doing telepathy powers? I mean, he's only one Red Ranger. I mean, what did he precisely do to help out the Rangers?
Exactly. Like, it would have been more effective if, remember the scene where they're at Ernie's frozen yogurt place or whatever? If, like, maybe he's like, I'm here to give you the Samurai Great Power because you guys have proven to be a good team of Rangers. Like, that would have made more sense. But the random hanging out on your Harley watching a Megazord fight, think we should help them out? Gee, sure. And then all of a sudden they have the great power. How? We don't know. It just makes no sense to me, honestly.
Yeah, especially since Jaden gave him a disc, but it was the his father's disc, the disc I guess the copy disc, which Red Ranger didn't even use. He used it. He didn't even get 2 Fire Smasher. Well, didn't even use it. He used the Fire Smasher, right?
Yeah, no, he used that disc in the last episode to defeat Master Xandrid. So they had to make that disc because Lauren failed to properly seal Master Xandrid. So then they used a bunch of samurai symbol, if I remember correctly, to make that final disc. And G was like, you only have 1 shot, so you better get it right. So that's the same disc they use, I think, to defeat Master Xandrid.
I mean, Yeah, from the flashback, it looked like it was the same because it was just so weird.
Yeah, it's just random. That's another complaint. I've seen there's this one YouTuber I watch a lot, and he does a lot of reviews, and they're very very like satire filled, but they're very good in content. If you can read through like the heavy criticism, which I like him a lot, so that's why I continually watch him. But that was another complaint he had about it too. He said that like Jaden just shows up and they're hanging out and there's something out. And like in Gokaiger, he was saying like it meant more in Gokaiger. Like you had to go kind of on a little quest in the episode and prove that you were worthy of these powers. Like in Gokaiger, they had to please like the princess who was like the Shiba female clan leader, who was Lauren's ranger in America. So yeah, like it just didn't mean that much. I feel.
Yeah, they could have done more because I mean I don't know maybe it was paid off enough or what, but they could have done. They should have been a better cameo. I mean, freaking Mentor G had more cameo than he did.
Yeah, definitely. And we know we're gonna get David Hector Jr. who plays Mike and Emily Pirtle who plays or Brittany Pirtle who plays Emily. So we have a lot of Samurai Rangers, coming back. I did like the joke they made
Yeah,
about me. That was funny.
that was funny. That was kind of funny. And then Bruno made a joke about the joke, which I thought was even funnier.
What did he say?
You was talking about it's like my Mia just cooked early, but my Mia can cook.
Oh, that's ironic. It's funny. I hadn't seen that.
What?
That joke was made.
You seen Samurai?
Yeah.
Well, in the last episode, they came back, and then they were talking about something, and then Jay was like, "Yeah, at least Mia's cooking isn't terrible," or something like that. Yeah, so they have a cameos, which again, I hope this cameo comes more because when we saw the Super Megaforce, the 10 people team up, we only saw, like I said, Mike and Emily.
Yeah, definitely.
Now Jaden's in Super Megaforce, so I'm wondering, is he only for that one episode, or is he going to be in the Legendary battle, the
Yeah.
Legendary War?
That'd be cool if he was in Legendary War 2.
I
Yeah, it kind of.
wait.
Go ahead.
I say we just gotta wait and see, I guess.
Yeah. No, yeah, the extent of the scene was Mia was like, I wish I could have met the other Rangers. I heard Mia was really cool. And Jaden's like, she's awesome, just don't have her cook or something to that extent. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was talking to Mentor about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that was kind of cool. Like we kind of saw an addition like during the Zords, and they're talking about the Samurai Rangers. I like that. That was interesting, and it actually tied in like with Jake and Gia talking, and they're like flirting, but you can see it actually matches the Gokai footage.
Yeah, which I thought was awesome because like I love that Green with Envy line. Like I just thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. Like the love interest actually somehow tied with that exact moment in Gokaiger. It was kind of interesting. I like it was cool. Like I like that.
Yeah, it worked out. So I guess overall, what would you give this episode out of a 5?
Okay. I guess we'll start a Samurai Surprise. I will. I'll give it 3 out of 5 because it was a good episode. Jason Smith again directed it. He's doing a good job, but it just the use of the Super Sentai really hurts it. I feel like it's just like I said. They shouldn't have to use those scenes. They don't have to use the scenes. It's just I'm repeating myself, but it's not needed. They can either cut it out or replace it with American-made footage, and also the lack of cameo. I feel like Jaden should have had a better impression on the Rangers instead of just coming into the juice bar and handing them a disc. I feel like they should have talked a little more. And then at the during the final battle, like he actually like did something with his freaking pseudophone or the samurais. Or like he did a kanji. It's like symbol power, something activator, like an energizer where the red lion unlocks the new key. It's like since he was hitting those samurai powers, like something unlocks red lion gets the samurai powers. That would have been cooler. Because they still have the samurais, right? They still have symbol powers, right?
Yeah, he still has a shoulder phone and everything.
Yeah, that would have been a lot better. Like you said, like symbol power unlocked, and then the red line gets the samurai powers, or the Rangers.
Yeah, for me, it's gonna be probably 3.25 out of 5. Like, the fact that it had lots of cool transformations and stuff was like really exciting, but this, like you, the Sentai footage ruined it a little bit for me. Especially from like suspending disbelief in terms of like our franchise. Like of course, like we can argue all day how Sentai is higher quality, the toys are a lot better, and all this other stuff. But like we have our own slice of like pie, so to speak, here in terms of the Power Ranger franchise. So when I feel like we're throwing random Sentai footage, we don't need it, and we're just being lazy. So it's just like I get very protectionist about it. So that bothered me a lot.
Yeah, no,
And,
I
yeah.
yeah, I mean, we are our own franchise, Power's own franchise, so we need to defend that and show people that we're not a Gokaiger clone or a Super Sentai clone, because we're different in our ways. They both have equal traits. Power Rangers has their good and bads. Gokai or Super Sentai has their good and bads. So people need to embrace that. I just wish that the Power Rangers just relied on that and not have to use the Super Sentai footage to help. I guess they're trying to please the Super Sentai snobs.
Yeah, that's true, and I also feel like maybe it's our way of it's not going as well, but our way of like winking at the audience for like Super Sentai, because if you remember Gokaiger, they've done that before with American. Like I think they said let's do Dino Rangers, and like they turned into like Dino, like they turned into Dino Thunder, and he's like not, and when Guy the Silver Ranger comes, he's like no, not them, like the actual Zoo Rangers. So like they were kind of winking at the audience, and also with Turbo, because there's a Turbo Sentai, a Turbo Ranger Sentai that's not Car Ranger, and so they say let's turn into Turbo, and I think or they turn into like Car Ranger, and guys like no Turbo Ranger, and then they turn into Turbo. So it's just kind of like I feel like on the same.
I like that episode of Gokaiger. It was funny. I like how they actually used the Ranger key and revved it the rev up morpher.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of like we're trying to do the same thing, but it's coming off lazy. At Super Sentai, it's more sarcastic towards like our seasons, so it's kind of interesting. I just think it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it is, but hopefully it gets better. But yeah, and now Lions Alliance. How do you rate that episode?
Lions Alliance. Probably 3 out of 5. Just because you can't mispronounce as Miriam, like that bothered me. The whole like circling the Earth bothered me, but it gets a little bit more credit because of the original footage. Like I love seeing them like hanging out, looking at the view without their helmets on, but their suits are on. So I would give it a 3. What about you?
I think 3 out of 5. The same reasons. Getting the name wrong, especially since it was a Saban era series, really bothers me. And like I said, the sky area, it was really cool seeing them on the thing talking, but I feel like they could have cut down a little bit, or at least added something. Instead of saying, hey, there's a cloud, I think they should have done something else. Just talk more, maybe about the wild forage, like who they are, and instead of saying, hey, we circled around the road 3 times and couldn't find us. I think they could have been like, hey, anyways, no, what much do you know, how much do you know about the wild forage rangers? Who are they, and how important is the red line? And then you see like flashbacks, you see like footage of like wild forest. That would have been cooler since he had the iPad on him. I feel like they could have just done that.
I mean, they could even show like that exact line you said. Then they could have showed Cole with this little crystal that they put in the little daggers, like glow, and then they would have showed like Red Lion like growling at Cole or something. You know, like even something as quick as that, which is literally like 10 seconds.
Yeah, they could have just done that instead of, like I said, instead of like being done. It's like, hey, Turtle Cloud, is that it? No, let's keep going.
Yeah. So I guess now, we can kind of talk about like really quick before we have about like 7 minutes left. We can kind of talk about like tomorrow's episode and like your expectations for tomorrow's episode, and because I'm personally kind of excited about it. So did you want to kind of give your thoughts about tomorrow's episode? Like, what do you hope happens?
I don't know much about the next episode. I didn't see what is it? I have no idea what it is yet.
Basically, it's Casey's episode. So Jason Smith's gonna be on there. So like the footage I've seen on YouTube, which is like a 10-second preview, Casey is like working in the zoo, and he's just like sweeping around. He's just sweeping, he's just sweeping in the zoo, and the Rangers are at the zoo for some reason. So I know it might be like they're gonna learn the Pai Schwa to get like the Jungle Fury like powers. I don't know, but because in the opening credits when Emma and Jake are doing that whole like crane thing, like when they're training, I'm pretty sure it's from this episode because that they're doing Pai Shaw stuff. So and Jason Smith's in this actual episode. So I'm excited to see Jason Smith. So I want to see what you thought about that.
Jaden Smith. Like I said, Jungle Fury is probably one of my top 5 favorite because I just like the way they did the Red Ranger character development, and it was one of my favorites. I like the show. Good episode. So I'm really excited. I really hope to see him become Jungle Fury Red. That would be really cool. But I don't know because we've already seen Jungle Fury in Super Megaforce, so I don't know what they're going to unlock because they already got the keys because they showed it off stupidly in previous episodes.
Yeah.
But maybe, like I said, maybe they need to become stronger, so he teaches them the lay the Pai Schwa to kind of like maybe defense and relaxation, knowing the battle, sense the battle kind of thing. That would be cool. Like I said, do right at the beginning, like they're getting destroyed again, and they're like, "What can we do?" So they're like, "Oh, let's go relax at the zoo." And then there he is, like, "Hey, you guys are new Rangers. I know about you guys, but you guys are lacking something. Let me come teach you."
Nice. And all I ask for tomorrow is one RJ reference, and I will be extremely happy.
Oh my gosh, yes, they need a reference to RJ. I mean, I highly doubt he's going to be episode. I don't think they're going to bring him back, but they have to reference RJ. At least maybe like a silhouette of like somebody like waving her hands like he does. It'd just be really awesome. Like I said, he's one of my favorite Rangers.
Yeah, me too. And honestly, like even just Jason Smith describing like their mentor for like 5 seconds will make me happy. So, like,
like you think I got a bad teacher? You guys should see my teacher.
yeah, say like you guys have a talking head as the mentor. My mentor was like way unorthodox, and then like describe something RJ did. Like sit in the couch and eat chips. While, so like I don't know, it's just kind of funny.
That'd be really.
I just want to hear about RJ for 5 seconds, and it should be good because Jason Smith's going to be there, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's in there. It kind of gives me hope that we're going to see a couple of Disney era Rangers.
Yeah.
Contrary to what was said before.
Yeah, and seriously, the next 2 or 3 weeks we're going to probably see the Silver Ranger, so that's going to be something to talk about.
I know. I'm excited. I really want to see how they're going to do him, and I just wanted to come out and get the freaking Morpher already. I want that freaking Morpher so I can complete my collection.
Yeah, why is it not out yet? Because Robo Knight's Morpher came out when the Ghostly Morpher came out, and it was crappy, but it came out. Like, I've been to Toys R Us, I haven't seen it online, I've been at Target, I haven't seen it, and I want to see the quality of, so I can do the review on it, I want to see the quality of the Silver Ranger Morpher. Is it going to be like ours, the sounds it makes, like, so like, obviously, like, the guy's changer from Gokaiger would say, like, the Sentai name, like, Zoo Ranger, Ava Ranger. I want to see if you press this one, like, it would say Mighty Morphin, Dino Thunder. Like, that's something I'm really looking forward to seeing.
Hopefully. I mean, I saw a picture of it, like, when they had the, I guess, the last Bandai America booth where we got the clips of Titanus. They also had the Morpher, and the Morpher looks exactly like the Gokaiger one. It looks just the same.
Oh wow!
Obviously smaller. I saw the buttons were there and everything, but it was just a picture, so I don't know if they're functional or not. I mean, knowing Bandai America, they may not. Maybe a couple. Maybe the basic green, white, and red. Maybe those, since since they're used. But hopefully we get something. Maybe it will because it doesn't have a reader on it. The Morpher doesn't have a key reader, so I get maybe it will have the buttons because it's going to need lights and sounds, obviously.
Yeah.
But one thing I'm hoping for, I hope it doesn't have the that red drop thing, the scanner.
Yeah.
It was really annoying, and it just was. You have it. It's just really clanky and loud.
Just too loud. Yeah, like it looks cool on the show, but in practicality, like it just looks horrible. Like it's too loud. You can't hear the Ranger call because you hear like the sound of the gear or the mechanism coming down. Yeah, it's just annoying. So
I don't think they're gonna have it, and I'm kind of okay that they're not gonna have it.
Okay. Now I'm interested how they're gonna use the Sentai footage when Guy's dreaming and Time Fire Red comes, but okay, we'll say our versions. How the White Drago Ranger comes. And then Quantum Ranger and I think it's
Dino Thunder.
Dino Thunder White.
Mighty Morphin.
And who else?
It was Mighty Mighty. Green
Yeah,
Ranger, White Ranger, Thunder, and Quantum Ranger.
okay, yeah. So I wonder how they're gonna implement that footage. Like, like just Jason and Frank gonna make a cameo in the stream sequence. I have no clue, but
No, the funniest thing is he might, since you see how how excited he was for Super Megaforce. I'm sure that he will be like he signed up for as many episodes as possible. I'm
yeah,
sure. No, he loves me Power Rangers. I'm sure maybe he's the one who presents the Morpher to him.
that would be awesome. Have you seen this new video about wearing a helmet when you ride your motorcycle?
He was a Sentai fan, so the Rangers in his dream came to him. I'm sorry, talking to a friend about the Go Kaiju episode.
Tell your friend to watch Go Kaiju because it's freaking epic. Like, I just
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I'm trying to get him in Toy Kyuger right now. He's just on episode 2 of Toy Kyuger. Me and
You
him.
just keep sending me the links.
I know. I need to send you the link. So right now he's really into Toy Kyuger, and we got to finish that. Isn't it awesome?
That's awesome that he likes it because I was gonna even say if someone who doesn't even like Sentai loves Go Kaiju, that's constantly across the board. I've not met anyone who doesn't like Go Kaiju.
And nobody dislikes Go Kaiju is definitely the Super Sentai of the Super Sentai.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can't tout it enough. Best character development, storylines, everything about it. So
Yeah, I mean that for 35 years they did a fantastic job. I just wish we followed what they did a little bit. At least we became like acting, which
yeah, it can be a little sketchy. Well, I guess we'll have more to talk about next week when we do the next episode, huh?
Yeah, we're finally getting some more Legendary Rangers in there. So, like I said, as with episodes before, talk about the next episode, which is going to be the Legendary Ranger showing up. So, I can't wait. Hopefully they do Jungle Fury some justice because it was one of my favorite Disney era shows.
Yep. I'm definitely excited because Jungle Fury is one of my favorites as well. So, yeah, man, I guess until next time.
Yep, until next time. Anyways, thanks YouTubers who are watching this later, obviously. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and hit subscribe while you see more videos. Like and post a comment on the videos. Also down, again, do not forget to check out Armor for Sleep and Reverie. This guy is awesome. He has the best Ranger review when it comes to Morphers. His last video was uploaded with his Ranger collection, Super Megaforce. Make sure to look forward to his new set, which you are working currently on the 6 Ranger stuff, right?
Yes. This is ironic because the next 6 videos are all going to be 6 Ranger reviews that I missed initially. So the first one's going to be the Gold Zeonizer.
Nice, one of my favorites. So again, guys, go the link in the description down below. Check out his channel. Subscribe to him if you're not. This guy is awesome. If you guys want to see Ranger reviews besides mine, who are kind of weak, this guy has them. I mean, yes, this guy right here is the man when it comes to Rangers. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. This is Jersey Joe, and this is Armor Sleep and Reverie. I guess how you do your own sign out because I can't do that for you.
Armor for Sleep and Reverie signing out. SPD emergency. Since I don't have my jacket on, I wear those for my videos. Here's the Ranger key. So Armor for Sleep and Reverie signing out. Thank you so much for having me on, and thank you guys for watching. Thank you.
Adios, everybody.